All right, so let's I was accidentally only recording the single tab, not the whole desktop. So let me change the size of this. All right, so we have a Google search here for um, for um, whoa for framing in photography, and you get this. Here is somebody holding out their hands in the shape framing. Here is somebody using their hands, or maybe someone else's hands. I don't know if that's physically possible. It just looks weird. Anyway, she's being framed by arms here, uh, looking, getting a little further back and using a mirror to frame is a very natural way of doing this. Um, hopefully she's wearing something under here, but she's leaned against this, I don't know, tree or mangrove root or something and kind of looking through there. Um, Windows, this boy looking through a car window. It's very effective. And let's see what this is. Oh, I have this website. We're going to take a look at this in a second. Um, all right, so finding uh, shapes in nature that you can frame. He's actually framed by something behind him, which is a good way to do it too. You don't have to have the frame in front, but it generally works out easier like that. Looking through a window here that it evokes the shape of the Taj, I think that's a Taj Mahal structure in there. I don't think this is an example of framing, but all right. So, somebody, completely framed within a window. One thing I've seen students do in the past is they have the frame there, but the subject is not entirely in it. So let's say these people were closer to the camera and someone's head was over here. Whoa, did I just lose it? All right, yeah, now I got my red dot. Okay, so let's say someone's head starts up here and then they have this frame behind them. That's really uh, not framing because they're not, they're not fully in it. They kind of clash into the borders of the frame there. Um, like let's say this bald eagle over here on the right, lower right of the frame of the page. If this bald eagle's head was, up over here, it wouldn't be as clean framing as having that little space. That little space there really adds to the composition. And that's the kind of thing that really separates a truly excellent photo from an almost photo. It's those little details like that, like just giving that space right there, having it framed in this, who can find a bald eagle that's framed perfectly on a branch like that? I mean, it's hard enough to find one, especially around here, and then to have the really nice light texture on the bark and all that, and then to also frame it there. It's whew, I'm gonna go sneeze. All right, over here there's a castle over here or something, but guess what? They made it out of focus, and now the whole focus of the picture is on this kind of old wooden thingy here. Um, kind of makes me think it might be one of those, where you put your head and your hands through, and the stockyards, or I don't know. Um, anyway, the castle back over here is out of focus, and what is in focus is this wooden board with the circles cut out of it, and even though they're framing something back over here, uh, it's really a picture of this piece of wood. To make the picture more effective, you'd want to put your focus on the castle over there, and it would be framed in here. I have a couple of other tabs that I've opened. Um, I'm going to link to this blog. These are some of the really famous photographs in history. Some of them a little more well known than others, but um, they're all by historical photographers. So again, people have been doing this forever. Put your hands out, make a little frame something, frame a boat. That was by Amy Lynn. This is an Ansel Adams photo. He's a very famous photographer. Hopefully we'll get to him when we study history of photography. He's framing the mountain back over here with a cliff, and there's icicles dangling off of it. Again, a Japanese scene here, and the nature is completely framed by man-made structures over here. A portrait of Andy Warhol made by Robert Mapplethorpe. Again, he's framed just by, I think, maybe a spot on the of light on the wall behind him. Lee Freelander has framed a picture. He's using the light to light the window light to light his subject here, and he put her also in the frame of the light spot on the wall back over there. Here's a self-portrait of Ouija. He's an interesting photographer. He took a lot of crime pictures in New York City a long time ago, and he probably thought it was funny to get a picture of himself in the back of a paddy wagon there. Henri Cartier-Bresson. He is also a very famous photographer. He's known as the father of we talked today, the father of photojournalism. So he didn't put the subject actually in any physical frame here, but he's using the line of the street coupled with the line of the edge of the wall here and the handrails to frame his subject. So he just used several different elements to frame his to turn into the frame that framed his subject. Okay, someone walking by is making the frame, and it's a little powerful. I mean, it's showing I think someone is what it appears to me is that this is where probably a homeless person has been staying on the street, and a person is just walking by. So it kind of gives you that effect of not only is this being used as the frame, but it's also the direction the person is walking away, and you kind of see what they're just walking past, and you get the feeling that this right here is not noticed by the person. All right. Yeah, I don't know, but this is an example of pattern and lines, and I guess there is some framing because just um, the shape. Uh, all right. Well, that's my little discussion about framing. I'll include this. Oh, lastly, this is a recent uh, picture from the 2020 World Photo Contest. So again, like we've seen pictures from almost 100 years ago, and even until this year. I mean, it's just a very common um, a tool used in photography, a common element of composition. So this picture was taken in Syria just in the less than a year ago, and he made a compelling portrait of the ongoing war there. Soldier pointed at something up in nearby. All right. Well, thanks for listening. I'll Edpuzzle this and put it on canvas for you guys.